How about that Ripple crypto? uh, and FYI, we did have a little woo-woo trade that at first, the first part didn't quite pan out. It actually didn't, almost went exactly how it was supposed to, but didn't quite. We had to get back in a little higher. We would have said, no, you got to get back in. So the way this was supposed to go, 34 cents drops down to around 31-ish. So as you can see, we did not go down to 31. Almost got to 32 right in here, not quite. And then it kept going up. So right around here, this is the morning time, we got to get back in. And of course, it did this little maneuver here, but it still was in that same zone. Time to get back in, because Woo Dude was getting on Bitcoin. He says they showed me 19K. He says, well, what's the price of Ripple right now? And I told him at the time. And this was, yeah, so this would have been late. The 20th, which was yesterday. We were talking earlier in the morning. But anyways, his sign was that 19K, which is right here, Bitcoin, the next move for Ripple, it's going to 50 cents. So the first thing was the 34-cent move down to 31. Didn't happen. Came down a little bit, not enough. Didn't happen. We get Bitcoin at 18,970. $30 from 19K. Okay? That was the sign for him. The next move up for Ripple is 50 cents. The problem is, going back to Ripple, if you took the trade here at 34 down to 31, didn't happen. However, we still had insight. Okay, 19K is close enough. Get back in. So we got in, again, in this area. And had a nice run up to 50 cents. Which, just from that move, was another 24%. Now, granted, we got in at 24 cents initially. So even getting out at 34 was a 41, I think, percent profit. It was great. And then we played it again. Now, of course, I don't know if anyone sold right now because this happened quite quickly. This run up to 50 cents. And I'd mentioned what the next thing was in Patreon, but I don't know if anyone's selling because we think we have some intel. Again, we've gone back a little while on this particular coin in the not too distant future, where basically you would beg. You would beg. Like, remember back in the day with Bitcoin? When it was, we would say, oh, back, Bitcoin's, whatever the price was, 15,000. You're going to beg for 5,000 Bitcoin. Back when you got in at 7 and it dropped down to 5. Oh, man. We're like, dude, you'll be begging for 7K Bitcoin. Oh, no. 15K, 17K, 18K, 19K practically. $30 off 19K. You'd be begging for 7K, right? You'd easily pay 7K for a Bitcoin in a heartbeat. We got a sneaky suspicion that this coin right here, you will be more than begging for 50 cents Ripple. You will more than beg for 50 cent Ripple. If what we think's going to happen, we do got to, some info on this. And I hope some of y'all, all y'all, whoever's into this stuff, especially my Patreon, we need to sit tight for this big move. Again, it could be tempting, I think, to trade into this. Because the second target was hit. 50 cents right here. Boom. Actually, twice. 2 candles, basically. This one's what? 49.7 or 7.8. Close enough. And then the second one hit it. And then basically the next move would have been a pullback. But because this little thing kind of messed us up over here, we're like, I just don't know if it's the risk-reward thing right now is worth messing with this, because what we think we know coming in not too distant future for price-wise for this is going to be pretty incredible, shocking to a lot of people. And yes, you will beg for 50 cents. You'll be begging for those days. Just out of curiosity, because I forgot, it's like, what was the all-time high for Ripple? And something tell me like it was $3 or something at one time. It's been such a while since I looked at that. It's Ripple's number 3 on the CoinMarketCap, by the way. And Voodoo told me I'll post this. I gotta post something on Patreon about that. Separately. Okay, so what was the all-time high of Ripple? Yeah, I do want to say it was like $3 or something. Let's see. $3.78. $3.78 back in January 4th. $3.78, January 4th. Back then it had a market cap of $146 billion. No, excuse me. Yeah, billion. $146 billion. Which would have made it second place right now, had that be today. And Bitcoin currently is $342 billion. So on that note, I need to do a little Patreon post on that info on that. This isn't super important, this Patreon thing, but he mentioned something to me earlier today. I meant to post it. Now that I'm talking about it, it's making me remember it. So, also to say, we don't claim that we're going to always have 100% at dead-on accuracy every single time. We're not saying that. And I've said this months ago. He told me months ago. That's why I said it. Joe, they're showing me a cash register in front of you. It opens up, you take money out, boom, close it. It opens up again, you take money out, boom, close it. They're also showing me like waves coming into the seashore, coming back out, in, back out, the register, open, close. They're basically showing me this 20-something, 30 times. He goes, I think that what they're trying to tell me is you're going to have 20-something, 30 times of getting in and out of some trades, most of which will be successful. You will make a few mistakes, but the majority won't be. So right now, this little 34-cent thing down the called out the first one. Called out the first one that didn't pan out. But again, I came back and said, look, we got to get back in right now. I know it's 40 from 34. It's 40. We're gonna have to get back in. We made 41% on that trade. Sorry about that. But we just went from 41, of course, to 50. Now, granted, I don't know if anyone got out or not, but I wasn't telling anybody to. I basically came out and said, look, because of what we think we know about this coin, even if we can scrape 10% here, I don't know that it's worth it when this thing is going to go to what this major download Voodoo got on this thing. And this is that thing. This is that coin that could very possibly change your life in the most incredible way if this thing pans out when he thinks it's going to, which is not too far off from now. Early part of next year. Very early part of next year. He's got some targets. I've mentioned the targets in Patreon and stuff, and we will see. In the meantime, some of these other coins, like I actually had a little download myself today, if you will. This was back when I got in around 40 cents again, 41, 40, 40.5, 41, something like that. And we got to get back in. It's going higher. He said because that 18.7 whatever or 9.70, it's $30 off of 19K. He goes, the next move is 50 cents. So I went in Patreon, guys. This is next move is 50 cents. But if this goes where it's going, life-changing type of scenario you're looking at. And again, the risk-reward thing right now, just looking at what happened, yeah, if we would have got out at 50 cents for the next move, that one would have panned out. But I think everyone's a little nervous from the previous one. Didn't go to the 40 or 30, the 31 from 34. Everyone wants to sit tight. Everyone's nervous, and I understand, because if this epic move happens, you almost have to look at it and go, why even mess with trying to grab 10 or 15% here and there? when this giant, potentially giant move we think is coming in fairly soon, not too far. So at any rate, just want to talk about this right now, because what I was saying a minute ago was I had kind of a download myself, and I got that I should get out of some of my well-named coins. Not Theta, not Digibyte. Some other well-named, very recognizable coins that some people might say, that's dumb. I would not get out of that. Except when it was 41 cents, Ripple, because I was told to get out of those and dump it into Ripple by my own little pendulum maneuver. And to give you an idea, at that time, now again, I knew 50 cents was coming. I could have grabbed this, but I didn't. But it is posted Patreon in advance before it hit 50 cents. By the way, it was down in the 41 mark when I said this. So doing that would have been a 21% gain. All those other coins that I had, well, there's a few, very few, name brand coins, if you will, that I dumped into Ripple, was a pretty epic move. It actually panned out very well. And I did post this on Patreon. But again, I'm not going to come back and tell you we're always right, we'll be right 99% of the time. I'm not going to say it. We're not going to get every single thing right. But again, if you can get most of the stuff right, that's all that matters. Just like in a casino. If you can win 7 out of 10 times, well, hell, just keep betting the same amount. What difference does it make? You'll keep winning. So, crypto market is definitely looking interesting. ETH was over 5, what is it? Right now, 546. Ethereum, man, 546. Litecoin even was up to $88. 88 miles per hour, Marty. $88. Bitcoin, by the way, I was watching at the time when it was getting close to that 19. I was actually talking with Woo Dude, and he's like, "Well, if it gets real late and it hits 19, let me know." He goes, "Let me know," and he goes, "I'll probably be awake." I said, "All right." It didn't hit 19. We got 18,970 for God's sakes. But as I was doing that, well, you know what number's right around there, 18,888. And I was watching it, 8888, 1888, 8887. Remember that Cliff High stuff? It was funny to see that happening again. I'm like, oh wow, look at this. It's 1888 right now. Gosh, it loves those numbers. So, whatever. Just, again, chillax. Crypto's going to get good. They're getting good. Market cap, right now, of the whole market, $534 billion market cap. When's the last time you saw those numbers? Let me take a look and I'll tell you. So back in the all-time high days, $800 billion market cap. It has never, ever... There's only 2 times where it got around where it's at now. So the first time, well, that was the 800. Hold on. 496, 518, 518. We're at 534 billion right now. The next highest time ever market cap for crypto was February 17th, 2018, right after the all-time high, a month later, technically, whatever. So does that really count? Whatever, fine. I mean, it did go down. It got down to 282 billion and then went back up to 518 billion. But then it did it again in May of 2018, which was 468, right around there, 468 billion. That's it. That's the last time we've seen numbers like this. The all-time high, which again was 800 billion, and then the next bump up, which, I mean, technically, let me just share the screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Because again, you had the altcoins in January, right around here. This is the peak of altcoins, and this is the peak of the main coins, and some of the alts too with it. But like Bitcoin, I say the mains, like Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever. 833. Again, January 13th, 748. It's still part of that all-time high time frame, as far as I'm concerned. Again, January 20th, 618. Still January, 592, whatever. Basically, that month, we had the all-time high in December and January for the alts, whatever. Take those 2 months out, and then it's gone. That's it. We haven't seen these numbers since then. Plain and simple. That's, I guess, the point I'm making here. So it's back, and Dude also said don't expect a big giant pullback on Bitcoin. He says I'm going against the grain. And that's why I said I had to delete that other video I did about FOMO, and maybe you need to FOMO into Bitcoin if you want to mess with that. But again, if it were to double, let's say it's 20K, Bitcoin doubles, it's 40K. Pretty happy, right? You're pretty happy if you got Bitcoin. But do you think coins like Ripple or Digibyte or some other ones we're looking at are going to double from where they're at right now? Absolutely. And I'm telling you, with Ripple, if what we think is going to happen, there are going to be so many people who are going to be so happy, so thankful that we all did this. Me included, myself included, of course. That it's going to be epic. Again, I've always said I want to be that guy, like on YouTube, whatever, that my legacy was getting people into crypto, changing some lives, getting people out of debt with their own money, just investing in this stuff. What a fantastic way to look back and say, oh yeah, that one epic move. Thank God Dude reached out to me that one time and he got this huge download on Ripple and this is what happened, and there's a price he got, and it actually happened. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? So, all I can say is, I wish all y'all the best luck. And I don't care what cryptos you're in. You could be in other cryptos. You don't have to be in the ones I'm in. Again, market cap's looking great no matter how you look at it, right? So, I want everybody to win. I want to be with winners. Oh, come on, guys. I just want to be with winners. All I need is stake in a room. Stake in a room, fellas. Stake in a room. Well, you might have a stake in a room. You might have you might own some cows in a field somewhere. Potentially. So we're going to see what happens. Again, we got election stuff going on. The global reset globalists trying to push their thing. God only knows where this is going to go. And or Spirit might know, apparently. So that's it. Last video for the night. And again, don't know if I'll do any videos tomorrow, next day, whatever. I'm taking it low. And mostly my taking it low, laying low, isn't so much stuff like this or whatever, funny stuff or whatever the hell it is. It's mostly the political stuff and the election stuff. That's just so heated right now. No one needs to be messing with that. Like, honestly, just let it go. Let this stuff play out. We don't need anyone being, singled out for something they said or whoever, whatever. You see this stuff happening on Twitter too. And I sure as hell don't need me to be one either. Just because someone's so angry. Oh, that damn Joe. I didn't do anything. I'm just reading the damn news. What? Don't look at me like that. Don't shoot the messenger, right? That kind of stuff. So that's why I'm like, I'm laying low. Let this thing blow over. Because, again, that storm's coming. You're going to have to let that storm blow over. And that storm is when Donald Trump says, oh, Supreme Court, invalid, he won. Piss off. Arrest, treason. That's going to cause some major problems for the leftists in this country. I don't want no part of that, my friends. I'm trying to lay low right now. But anything really interesting happens, I'm coming out. You know what I'm saying? I cannot deny you that. So, take it easy.